Station, Texas, Kyle Field, over the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. The Badgers will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Texas A&M's offense will get first crack at it today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
To the air, it's Reed. Bringing the heat. Caught in the backfield, it's Moss. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive lineman gave him a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive line. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our part.
The Badgers offense headed onto the field. Now a first look at them today. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, Dave.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football. But we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over. That's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Looking to throw on third. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on third downs. Their first opportunity, that one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Yes, the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Looking downfield, it's Reed. There were serious revolutions on that third down pass, but it's incomplete. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. From the shotgun, the inside give. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the missed connection on third down. And the Badgers will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Oh, they're after him. Finds his man. It's Craver. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Pick off! What a play to set him up! Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Wisconsin! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Offense changing the play. Looking for a man. It's Reed. Punch it out of the air.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And the Aggies are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Moss. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Craver. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
Fires left. Makes the grab. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Back to throw, it's Reed. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. And this one is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's cut. The Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll start this drive from the 42. Back to throw, it's Reed. Quick strike complete. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds a yard short at the 49.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Finds his man. It's lost. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a 1st down.
Man, a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Aggie. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? In-line, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I'll tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches, so he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. That's reeled in. It's Mason. He smashes his way through again. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Under fire. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
And a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he...
He'll take a shot. to knock it down in the end zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Badgers will punt this one away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to pass, it's Reed. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Falls in the deep ball. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They go to the ground. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
So now it's second and long. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Just a short pass to the tight end. That had all the makings of neat windshield, but how about the rope corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? On third and long, he has to throw for it. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Short gain on the play before he slides. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Badgers line up to punt it away. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Aggies can really attack on this second and short. Makes the catch. It's Bussey. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Reed. That's caught. It's Bussey. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds. And the Aggies come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Wants to throw on third down. Snagged in the middle. It's Moss. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Catch in the middle. It's Wilson. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Might be calling a hot route. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Caught close to the marker. It's Moss. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Texas A&M will line up with a first and goal. Makes the grab. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Aggies. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Dropping back, it's Edwards. Makes the grab. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power. A 46-yarder from the left. It's good. Now down 2 touchdowns, 24-10.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Gonna run it. It's Moss. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in College Station. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the home of the 12th man.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football palm out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. Throws to the tight end. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Got room on the return.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback. They're able to come away with a pick.
The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. Nebraska went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Huskers always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Grant behind the line. It's Dupree. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
Using the quick game. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. And the Badgers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw it. Rush is on him. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
The one thing I love about this defensive coordinator is that he has a lot of different exotic looks. He's not just going to rush with 4. He's not just going to rush with 3. He's not just going to blitz linebackers. This guy's blitzing DBs.
Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. Scanning the field, it's Edwards. Get it out on the screen. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. The Badgers will line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Off the play fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Pulls it in, it's Bussey. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking it.
Texas A&M ready to go with another 1st down. They'll run the option. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Looking to pass, it's Reed. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Throwing right. It's caught downfield. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Aggies have pushed it inside the 20. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moss. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver?
Agreed, Reese. It's not just check downs or screens or swing routes or flat routes. This guy can get vertical. And he can all of a sudden start stressing defenses in the second level. What a weapon it is to have this guy in your backfield.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Wants to pass. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Back to pass on second down. They're setting up the screen. Touchdown, Aggie! And the pummeling has started. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On the move. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Period starts with a second down play. Pulls it and fires to the left. Oh, he's got some space. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Fakes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Looking down the middle. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And the Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Under fire. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here late in the fourth.
Going for it all. Can't hook up on the wrong throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive.
There he goes. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. And the Aggies, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Looking for a crease. It's Moss. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
You have a big lead in the fourth quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, and saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head. There's some, I want to beat you, a recruiting trail in the future, and, you know, kind of take that and a little rub their nose in it.
They'll give it to him again.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. Trying to pick up a first down. They run the reverse. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. In the red area, it's Moss. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
To the air, it's Reed. Lets it fly. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. There's the pressure. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and to keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to